Right now, there was a live in Nigeria. The Nigerians are saying there's cannibalism. You bring that mentality in South Africa where there was never cannibalism, we will not know how to deal with it. You lie. The police will not be everywhere. They can't be in every street. They can't be in every house. We've got 60 million people in South Africa. You're not going to have 60 million police. We know that the police are a problem because they themselves are human beings. Stop shifting the blame to the on the perpetrators and holding the victim accountable. And if you think,
you know what my point is,
no, you're not. No. So you just said that you can't even report this thing because your life is at risk. You report it. People have died for this land. If you're a true South African, you know that South Africans will protect you. So you want to now instill fear in South Africa and South Africans because an illegal alien crossed the border and inflicting pain on South Africans. Who should be scared for their lives? Is it citizens or the illegal alien? It should be the illegal aliens. So until we call out these illegal aliens out and make them uncomfortable to be in this country, we are literally giving them the go-ahead to continue and perpetrate these heinous crimes on us. Not long, the Zimbabweans were saying you can't say this thing is pointless. Nigerians were saying contact your government. What has their government done for them? Let's go there. If you're saying to me, talk to my government.
Exactly, and why are they not contacting their government for paying them?
Because their government does not even recognize human rights. The government has turned them into animals, savages, that they had to literally flee to other people's countries and to perpetrate. So they can't be saying contact your government. Why didn't you, if you want us to contact your government, you should have started with the Zimbabwean government, you should have started with the Congolese government, you should have started
I'm sorry
with
to interject. I was on this space last week, if you remember. I told you.
So don't be clever with
do you
South
guys
Africa.
remember last week when I told you that the government of South Africa immigration department and the government of South Africa tried to include the Zimbabwean department, like the government, to help on mass deportation. And then if you remember, I said the government replied and said they didn't send them. And you guys, if you remember, in December when they were going home, there were a lot of Zimbabweans that were turned back from the border to come back here.
Imagine.
Yes, there were a lot of them.
Apparently,
their own government. Their own government,
They were invoiced by South African government that we've got your aliens here that are putting.
I only have few
What did the government do? Ignore them.
Part.
What did the Zimbabwean government say? It says we never send them there.
Yes. Can I say my part so that I can just be a listener because I only have few minutes?
Contact your government.
The problem that I have with South Africans that live in the location specifically is the fact that these communities, they are too nice. They are too nice. All I am saying is this: they are very lenient with people that hate them. If ever I was, because what's happening right now in these locations, people that are advocating against illegal immigration, against illegal immigrants, they get assassinated by these Zimbabweans in their community. I don't know why you are welcoming to people that don't even like you. If ever I was one of those patriots, I wouldn't want any Zimbabweans on the location. I wouldn't want them. Anybody that is a landlord to a Zimbabwean, they should vacate. Especially if ever they don't have legitimate papers. You must make sure that your tenant is legitimate, your tenant has a proper job before you even allow these people in your territory. My grandfather used to say, there's no person that is more dangerous than a person that is fighting for like survival. And you must remember, South Africans are fighting for a living. Zimbabweans are fighting for survival. Those people swam endangered their whole lives swimming with sharks to come here. If you see all the videos whereby they are swimming here, they don't even have bags or whatever. A person is swimming with nothing. What are you coming here? Who do you know? Like,
please allow her to finish.
Because my only problem is this. I'm gonna make an example. Zimbabweans don't go to the US legally. Illegally. They make sure that they meet all the requirements. They make sure they do the necessary law precautions before they go there. And one thing that they are my neighbors, but I despise them. I despise them as I'm working for the government. I don't care. Even if I'm working on the legal system, they are very arrogant. They are very arrogant people, but they are the first ones to say, oh, we are the most educated. What has your education done for you? And you always brag about owning your land. Your land ain't shit if ever you can't do nothing. Everyone, you are right now, you are twins with Nigerians. You are everywhere but home, and you have the loudest mouth, and everything that I don't like is the lack of accountability. Lack of accountability. When South Africans come here and complain about their living, because whenever we complain, it's the living, the reality that we are living, but nobody wants to be accountable. The first thing that's going to come out of your mouth is xenophobia. No, it's patriotism. Go to Durban CBD, go to Hillbrow. It's unfortunate that you can't do that shit in Cape Town, because white people, you can't try that. Everywhere you are being moved in Cape Town. When you were by the taxi rank, it's cleaned up. I'm so glad the fence is up there. And then if you come here by ETV, it's cleaned up. The fence is there. If you come by Garden Center CBD, the fence is up there. They are cleaning all the areas, and those areas were populated by Zimbabweans. They were taking over. What I hate the most is them taking over the playgrounds for kids. Playgrounds for kids. Where do you expect kids to play in the CBD? And you always say you are educated. How are you not using your education to be legal here, get regular jobs, legal jobs? This is very annoying to me. And also, most of the informal settlements, guys, it's Zimbabweans that are there. Informal settlements. I don't know who's on Twitter. If you remember, there was a person that lived in Midrand. And behind their apartment, there were a lot of shacks there, and then they were occupied by Zimbabweans until she took it to social media, and that thing was helped us, like she was assisted. But let me just end there. They will never take accountability, but they are still not going to go home.
Then we just have to use the law. Simple as that. They say
that they're educated. But when you check, their education is from South African universities. If you go to universities, it's 95% South Africans and 5% this illegal immigrants, aliens. That's what they call illegal migrants in their countries. 5%. So you want to tell me that the 5% who are here asking for asylum are better educated than us? If you're so educated, why don't you have university in ranking top in Africa? If you're so educated, you don't even have an economy. You don't even know what currency to use right now. You just introduce ZIG. Show me in your family, take 5 people in your family who have held a ZIG currency in their hands. And then you want to tell South Africans what to do. You don't even have roads. You don't even have proper businesses. Your entire country is run by informal businesses. That's why you don't see anything wrong coming here. Not understanding what bylaws are. So you have no right to come on this platform when South Africans are talking and are complaining about you guys. You don't even have one university in top 10.
Even exaggerating it. Did you see they have football coach and even afford a luxurious a hotel in Nigeria? Just yesterday, Nigerian federal government had to have shame and say, oh, a national team cannot stay in this type of hotel, and then they were upgraded. Their coach was on TV. Go search for that. Just yesterday, they fucking booked a motel. A whole national team booked a motel. Now, Nigerian government had to upgrade them because it was embarrassing.
But they come here, what we call South Africa, the Europe of Africa, and they want to tell black South Africans what to do. They worship white people in South Africa. They are accepting slave salaries in South Africa. They're acting as if they are landless. They don't have countries. South Africa cannot host over 1 billion people who worship white people. Have you seen when the white people, this one immigrant who was advocating for Cape independence, it was all the black immigrants. We support Cape independence.
Exactly.
When Trump was saying he's cutting aid to South Africa, who was rejoicing? It was these idiots. They forgetting that they're getting free ARVs in South Africa. They're pushing our numbers high because this idiot called Malema said we can't call crime by nationality. Everybody who walks in, everybody must get must be created to come to South Africa. So they must make the last people. We are literally feeding these fuckers. They're idiots. They only have freedom of speech in South Africa. In their countries, they will be unalived, including the Nigerians who are cannibalizing each other there. They want to tell us they are kings in South Africa. Look what you're doing to our women. You are planting your seeds everywhere. You're leaving women as single mothers. You go to overseas, even the women that you are mating with, you're not having children, you are mating with these people. They're putting your offspring.
They are busy breeding like chickens. I mean, have you seen how many Zimbabweans are pregnant in this country?
The women in those countries, they're putting their offspring in orphanage homes for people to adopt them. And they all go around and say, yeah, when these children are grown, they will look for their fathers. You have no shame. You know, it actually disgusts me that I have the same melanin with the flipping Nigerians, Zimbabweans.
You know, it's always, I've always said it's hypocrisy. I mean, these are the same people that always tell us that no, we are brothers, we are one, we are, you know, we are black Africa, we are black Africans. Why are you chasing your brothers away? But look at him now, defending the same people who just unalive South Africans for doing what is right for their own country.
And he's saying there's a South African involved. How? Like how are they involved? How do you know?
He should tell me. He should tell me the South Africans in Zimbabwe that are unaliving Zimbabweans. He should tell me the list of South Africans in Zimbabwe that are unaliving, you know, Zimbabweans in their own country. The feeling of being entitled to South Africa has to come to an end.
Nice.
Nisijwayela kabi ngicabanga ukuthi nizofika la nizosiphatha niyasingela kahle kahle ngifuna sizwe ngani and lotho ngizenzeke ke mfana ngasijwayela you will never live in this country, forget it. Akusoze kwenzeka vele ukhohlwe. Just because you guys failed to build your own country, now you think you can run to South Africa and take advantage of us having good heart and allowing you to come to this country. You think you can take advantage of us? This would never happen. Just forget it. Your people are hypocrites. You are being used by the same Muzungu that you are saying is our enemy. They are using you against us as black South Africans. So please, don't come here and defend. You know it's wrong. Stop defending it. We are slow to pay the South Africans in their own country. Why you defend? Why you defend ngoba uyazi phela ku wrong? Ngikhuluma nawe. Why you defend that ngoba uyazi uthi wrong?
Long Kevin, do you wanna respond?
Angikhona ngisalalele bengithi aqeda ukukhuluma.
Ngiyakubuza udifendelani into yazi ukuthi wrong just because senziwa umuntu wakini.
Uyazi ukuthi mina body prince yazi mina ngithini? Ngithi mina uyazi inkinga
uthini makuthiwani wena ngoba umbuzo wami uthi umdifendelani umuntu wakini owenza into wrong engabe ngiyagoduka.
Ngithe mina it's very wrong. Inkinga esinayo even if you report umuntu umazi ukuthi umuntu wenza into eso, those people they are connected. Akasoze abe abochwa akusoze kwenzeke next. That's where my problem is.
Why you not reporting to the community, Booty? Why are you not reporting to the community? Let me tell you one thing. South Africans are not that evil. The fact that you are on the same space with them and living, you are coexisting. There is no way that when I report to the community, there's nothing that's going to be done. God was a tangible proof of that. I don't believe.
It's react ke manje nizothini sizosiza amagama react ke manje sithi siyarithadiate lomsangane enwenzayo sizosiza amagama sinishaya nathi.
And again, you need to understand that when you have that Zimbabwean name, you have already tarnished the Zimbabwean. These criminals have already tarnished the Zimbabwean names. I don't think there's anything. The least that you can do is to say that I see what my brothers and sisters have done in South Africa. I apologize and I don't support that. Any other explanation, you are actually going to provoke us further because your people have messed up. They called us Zeno for nothing. At the end of the day, right now we have got no any other discussion. We are saying you all of you are going to go back home and fix Zimbabwe because you have failed to face your enemy, which is Mnangagwa and Mugabe. Right now, South Africans is tired. The only thing that you can do is just to say apologize. We apologize for what these criminals from your countries have done in our country, South Africa, Eseula. Can come in. If you don't want to go back, I'm sorry.
I feel bad that I don't stay in the location. I'm urging you guys to mobilize each other in the locations. We will support Mabambe.
You know how many bust that we've done with these illegal ones that are staying in their houses, keeping their coppers, keeping everything, these Zimbabweans. Even today I was threatened by a Zimbabwean and I even told him, you come near me, I'm going to make you meet your maker. I mean, I'm not going to play with these people. These people, we need to force them out in our country, push them. Let us not
start with the landlords. Start with the landlords that have these animals. Start with the landlords that are having these animals and protecting them.
Let us not make it easy for these people.
Landlords are also a problem.
Landlords need to vacate these people.
Let us not make them easy to live with us, guys. All landlords and the people that are working for, let's give them hard time as well, all of us. Me, there's Indians that don't like me in my area because I'm giving them hard time. They are using these people. These people are killing our country. They are destroying. They are throwing everywhere.
You guys are outnumbering them in the location. You guys are outnumbering them in the location. If ever they want to treat us like animals, we will behave like one. Since they want to treat us like animals, we must behave like one. We must retaliate. Now, if we must show them who's the boss in the jungle now. Since they want to behave like animals, everybody must retaliate like animals.
And we really look into the situation as it stands. The Zimbabweans and all foreigners come to South Africa. When they get here, they don't know what they're going to do. And they don't know how they're going to earn an income. So to a local person who's supposed to be doing that same job for 6,000 rands per month, a Zimbabwean can do that for 2,500 per month. Of that 2,500, 2,000 is going back to Zimbabwe every month. Only 500 is remaining here. And what they do is, well, they live in groups. So the cost of food is less, the cost of rent is divided, and they're trying to make a living. For me, honestly, I think government needs to come up with something where they get these guys onto the system, document all of them, charge them like
Oh
a fee
hell
of,
no!
no, charge them a fee of like
They need to be deported. We don't have. We don't have a shortage of
Hold on there.
oh, let me
We don't want them documented. No. We don't want them documented.
I
People
don't-
are analyzing us
That's
here.
not our
Let
responsibility,
them go.
Chief.
Yes, sir.
No, you
Drumstick, that's not our responsibility.
No,
That's not a South African responsibility, Chief.
You're not going to
No,
tell us to document criminals.
No,
You want
Drumstick,
us to
don't come up with that
document
thing.
criminals and integrate with them. Look what they
How
did.
can you
to
document
the
a criminal?
Protect-
Stop. The
No,
government.
So you see,
No, whatever you're going to say, we're going to crush it because it does not make sense.
We don't
If
have
you
a
are the
shortage
one
of
who are paying
foreigners. We
them
don't have a shortage
2.5.
of
Okay,
people.
hold
We've got
on,
an
hold on.
abundance
He
of
is the
black
one
people
who's
in this
paying them
country.
2.5 instead of 6,000 rands. We
Principal,
don't
help me
want
with
them
this, help me
because
with this.
right now we're even suffering with load shedding.
Help you
There's
with
water
what?
shortage.
Okay, so
criminality.
what we
Because
trying
it's
to
criminal to document
what we're trying to
criminality.
figure out is
No,
where
there's
are
no
the jobs
criminality.
that they have?
Drumstick.
Where are the jobs
There's
that
no
they
need
have?
to document
Don't
anyone. We're not going to
Jobs
document
on the
anyone.
are
developers.
using
If
no.
you
not
don't
in
know
South
where the
Africa here.
jobs are,
No.
They must
The
go.
jobs
They must
are
go.
where?
We must
What do you
stop
mean?
employing them.
Yazi
They
uta-
must
Drumstick,
go.
you
We must
are actually a
stop renting
Tombo.
for them.
You are South African,
Drumstick
man.
uring, no. Utagiwe.
Why actually unayo ni South African?
No patalam, but
Basa wena nje
drunk.
ni South African.
Principal,
What would
Principal.
He's
what?
drunk.
Why
Drumstick
should
is
they be
drunk.
documented? I mean, they
Who
should
is
be taken
drumstick?
back to their account. They should be
He says
deported.
because
Okay,
the
how
people
do
are-
we know?
We
How
don't
do
have a
we know
shortage.
if
We
you
don't
got
have a
5
shortage
million?
of
Drumstick.
people in
Go
this country.
to KFC and tell them those things. Not yet.
Drumstick for the
No. We are
We must
standing
now
on
come and
He's
document
drunk.
criminals for
go to nayo ayini wala. Why
must
they
go
Drumstick utini nje.
pick up a business or go put up buy a house in Zimbabwe and employ
Why they
them.
go
See how they're going to analyze you within the first 3 months. This
No,
one
he's
is
talking
saying that-
nonsense. He
No,
can't
it is so
telling
obvious
us
that
he's
he's
not
not
from
from here.
EFF
It is
member.
so
You're not
obvious.
EFF
He's not
member.
from here. It is so obvious. It's so obvious that he's not from here.
that he can't go to the
There is
police.
no South African.
Police are corrupt.
No South African that would say they must be documented. Oh hell no! It is so obvious that he's been one of those undocumented ones that has been longing to be documented.
But we want
He's not from
Zimbabweans
there.
and Nigerians in South Africa.
Good evening, family. How are you?
Hi, Queen.
I'm well,
good.
thanks. I'm good. Yeah, I can hear her. This is very hitting and it's not so nice after whatever that happened. I'm gonna firstly ask that, can we maybe, if someone who is in support of these people in the panel, we take them off, because now we're gonna have an argument with these people and we don't really need them to have make our emotions to go high. Already we are fury and we are furious because of whatever is happening. I'm staying around the area where in that picture that I see on the host is happening. I'm staying nearby. This is very painful, guys. It's very serious. These people are here to ensure that they are destroying us. They are destroying our future. They are destroying our children's future. I always say to my kids, now we are having a high rate of unemployment because of these people. In our country, back in the years when one has passed only matric, even if he or she didn't have matric, they would go and work over the kitchen as helpers and gardeners. But nowadays we can't have those kind of things happening to our kids. That's why we are having a lot of unemployment rate or high unemployment rate too. If you check, mostly of our people, we are staying in the location, suburbs and kind of areas. Most of these people who are coming from foreign countries like Zimbabweans, I'm gonna just mention those because those are the people that I have already noticed. They are occupying our land in the former rural lands, like in the Limpopo area, in the northwest. Is the person speaking to me? So they are occupying those kind of places where currently we can't go back. Like now, if I go back in a rural area or in a place where it's former land ezethu zakudala, and I'll say to them, can I have a piece of land? I'm gonna be questioned a lot of questions, but with them it seems like it's so much accessible. The other thing that I want to emphasize on is the issue of government. Government is not taking care of us, guys. Let's forget about that, because if that was going to happen, we're not going to be in the situation that we're at now. We are currently in a very serious problem of crime. People are coming into our houses, whether locked or unlocked. They are coming there, they're doing as they please. Our superiors, our government officials, the senior ones, they will never care because they are forever under 24-hour protection. They don't see and experience the problem that we are going through. You can't send your child to the shop currently at this moment, 1915. You can't send your child to a tuck shop to say, go and buy something, because you don't know if your child will come back because of this kind of situations. This is very traumatic, guys. This is very painful. We are saying, I am saying to South Africans, come, let's stand. We are not gonna be trying to maybe be lenient with them. We need to use force at the moment. Come, I tell you, they are forever here. They are here all over. There is no province where you're not gonna find these people. They are here. So the plea with me and to other people who are in the panel, I'm saying to them, let us stand. This thing of us will be saying we're gonna march to a union building, we're gonna have to form some forums so that they can be leading to maybe remove these people from the locations. It's not gonna work. We need to stand. We need to act. We must act to show that we are not happy. We are not satisfied. The democracy that we hoped for, we are not enjoying the benefits of. We aren't. People who grew up in I'm one of them, in the apartheid era. I'm part of it before we came to democracy. I was there. We never experienced this. We have never had crime like this. This kind of kidnappings, rapes, and this kind of people going into people's houses as they please. They'll come into your house. Imagine one coming into your house when you're locked. When you are in your yard, in your building, behind your walls, you are saying you are feeling secure, but you are not safe. So let us act, guys. Let us act. It's not gonna help. We need to sit and we need to plan this action, because staying and forming forums and doing all those things, it's not gonna help us. It's not. So my plea to you guys on the panel, if there is a person who is coming here opposing what we are saying as South Africans, please remove the person on the panel. I can hear this panel is for South Africans who have concerns, who are angry over whatever is happening. People have lost lives. They can come here and apologize, but those people are not going to come back. Someone lost a husband currently. Someone lost a parent at the moment. They lost family members, those people. So coming here and apologizing, it's not going to assist. Whether documented or undocumented, they are not supposed to be here. Hi.
Thank you, Queen. Norbert, please wait for your turn. Please mute your mic and wait for your turn. We will give you a chance.
No, I was just greeting. Sorry. I was just greeting.
And the other thing that we need to say, I know with our government will come and say, no, in our previous times, our people will go to their countries so that they can be like Mutabelo for rescue, for whatever reason in times of war. But those times when our people went to both Tanzania, Congo and Zambia, they were monitored. They were staying in the camps. They were monitored so that they can be knowing what are they there for. Currently, you can't monitor these people. Go to Hillbrow, go to Sunnyside, go to Cape Town. Go to Midrand. I was listening to one lady here. She mentioned that there were shacks in the Midrand. Have you ever seen something in Midrand? Shacks. Imagine shacks. You can't. Your bond currently, your bond that your house that you bought on a bond, there are shacks just around it. What's the value of the house? What's happening with the value of your house, guys? It's not like we don't like them or we don't love them, but this is the situation. We are currently experiencing a problem with these people. They are getting salary, they are getting your grants, your social grants in the country. Go to social services now. one of our children or some of our children's IDs are used by these people. They are getting grants. Our kids or some people cannot get grants because of what these people are saying. I don't have hatred to those people. I don't hate them. But I'm saying they must be monitored. They were supposed to be monitored from the onset. When you come here in the country, we need to know what are you here for how long. When your days expired, you go back and renew. But now it seems like our senior officials, or should I say I don't want to mention like our president or whoever, it seems like they are benefiting from these people coming in the country. It doesn't make sense, guys. I'm happy. Sorry?
Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Vusimusi?
Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Vusimusi? Vusimusi, are you there?